Alright, so let's talk about how to do the butterfly cut. And let me make sure I'm going to be on the camera the whole time here. Okay. So the butterfly cut, it's going to be basically two charliers that come together towards the end into a third packet, and then you close everything up. Alright, so let's get right into it. Prereq for this is a charlier. If you don't know that, learn that first and then come back here. Alright, so charlier grip. You start with that. I tend to move this finger down to the bottom. That's because I think it's a bit more natural when you're separating the cards, so you don't have to have your elbows flying way out to the side if you had your finger on the back and you're trying to get everything lined up. So I think it's just a bit more natural to keep it on the bottom at this point. You're going to use your thumbs and you're just going to break the deck in half. Okay? I'm using this finger as a little bit of support here as I break, but that's really all there is to it. Okay? So you've broken this. Now you're going to open up this V and get these fingertips ready here, so your hand is like this sort of shape, and it's going to just relax and then they're going to fall onto your fingertips. So here's what it looks like. Come down, relax, and then they're on the fingertips. So if I hold this and show you, that's where the fingertips are. Okay? So separate, bring down. Now we're going to use the fingers from the left hand here, these fingers right here, and you're going to go diagonally up in this direction. Okay, so towards your right hand and up. Alright? Let go with the thumb, diagonally up, try and keep everything square, and boom, your thumb catches it here, and you're basically in a position where you can move your pointer to the front and your pinky to the back, square everything up, and you're ready for a charlier. Okay? So let's go through that one more time. You separate, bring it down onto the fingertips, relax the hand, push it up, catch with the thumb, boom, ready to go. So that's the first part. Next part is doing a charlier with each of your hands. Okay, so you start those out, get them synchronized, boom. But before you let them drop, use your ring finger and your middle finger of each hand, curl them up a little bit, so that when you drop those packets down, they catch on those fingers. Okay? Now, at this point, with both of these packets, you want it to be further up into the slot here in your finger. So right now mine's kind of almost sitting on my knuckle. I want it to be squished up like this. Squish, 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 squish into that area. Okay? So now I haven't done this one yet. Squish it up a little bit into that hand. And what that lets you do is get these fingers just that much further in, or over the top, which is what we're going to do. Alright? So now here's where I differentiate a bit from other people that I've seen do this cut. I like to use my pinkies on the back here. So let me see if I can show it to you from this angle. Okay? So I take my pinkies and I stick them in. Okay? So that I got it stuck in right there. Same with this other hand here. And now I'm going to take my thumbs off, and I'm going to start to apply pressure down with the ring finger and the middle finger. And I bring my pointers to the top, apply a little bit of pressure down with those. So I'm kind of in a mechanics grip. The only difference is that my pinkies are inserted into these packets here. Okay? Now, once you're stable with that, you're going to use the knuckle here, right underneath it. I guess it's more on the palm of your hand, but it's where the knuckle is. Combine with these fingers to hold those in place. Okay? And you're also going to use the corner of your hand here. Keep them stable. Use that fleshy part of your thumb. Alright? You're going to take your thumbs like this, so you're opening up your hand a little bit, and I'm going to take my thumbs and I'm going to stick them in each of those slots, okay? And I'm going to get them in there a fair amount. And now this part that comes next, the slower you do it, the harder it is. So bear with me here. But I'm going to start with my right hand, and I'm going to use that thumb to push this packet, push, push, and now I'm curling with these fingers here. They're curling a little bit, pushing back in towards the thumb, and the thumb is pushing away. And okay, so now I'm not on the pinkies anymore. So I've pushed to that point. So I've got these sort of packets looking like that. Alright? Now right one comes down first onto these fingers, like it's resting on the knuckles here. I'll turn back around this way. And then balance. Okay, so the thumb, you're letting up with the thumb a little bit. Keep it square. Tilt it a little bit forward if you need to, using those pointers to catch them. This packet comes down on top of it. Let that one slide into place. Okay? Now comes probably the hardest part. You're going to take your pointer and your middle finger of your right hand, and you're going to pinch that packet. Alright, so I've just pinched it. So now I have my pinch. Now I'm going to show this to you from the bottom. I'm going to hold it in place though. Alright? Now keep your middle finger on here for some support, and then bring this thumb up, this hand out a little bit, try and keep everything square, and pinch this one. Okay? So you've got two sections that are pinched, and you can see my packet here is starting to get messy, and that's inherent to doing this slow. So I'm going to square it up a little bit here. Okay. So here's where we are. Now, I have a little bit more clearance on my left hand here. I'll show it to you from the back than I do on my right hand. This packet in my right hand is almost sitting on the, right here where my pointer is, it's sitting on the middle packet there. I have a lot more clearance on my left hand. To me, this helps give me some freedom with this side when we do the rotation. Now you're going to pinch hard, start moving your pointers away and your middle fingers up. Okay? And you're going to turn your hands kind of over so that your palms are facing up and your two middle fingers are in a V on that top packet. Alright? Now, again, this is immensely harder when you're doing it slow, but it's good to practice it slow for control purposes. Take your thumbs, bring them behind these packets, and you're going to push in the same way you did before, except you can't use your middle fingers anymore. So your right packet comes down first, and now I'm pinching it. See, I got my thumb working here, pinching it with these two fingers on the bottom. They come together. So here's what we got. Coming together. Let them squeeze together. Get them as squared up as you can. Put your thumbs on top. And now you're going to rotate these fingers back around. Now I might drop some cards here because I'm doing it slowly. You're going to rotate back around and flop it up on top there. Got a lot of pressure going. Pressure up with my middle fingers, pressure down with my pointer fingers. And then I'm going to move this hand in a little and squeeze so I'm got the whole deck situated like this right now. Okay? Now from here you can tip back a little and the cards are going to fall. Then you're going to take your middle finger of your right hand. Okay, so middle finger of the right hand, and just use that combined with your pointer of your right hand. Let go with the pointer of your left hand. Straighten this hand out and just kind of guide them over as they flip. Get this pointer out in front here of your left hand start pushing the cards in, catching them, and squaring, using the thumb on the back here to square up the rest. Alright, that was a lot of blabbing. Hopefully you're able to get something out of that. So one more time in decent speed. Braking, doing the charliers, dropping onto the ring and middle fingers, sticking the pinkies in, readjusting, getting the thumbs pushed in, right, left, pinch right, pinch left, flip it over, right, left, flip over the top, a little bit back towards you, turn it over, and square it up. Alright, thanks for watching, and if you stayed with me till the end, you're a trooper. Alright, bye.